welcome once again to my kitchen. We are continuing our series on gut health and probiotics, and today we're going to be making a fermented cabbage that you could make, put in a jar and put it in your fridge, and pound for pound it has as much probiotics as yogurt does. So super simple, super cheap. Here you can see on my cutting board I have cabbage. I'm going to include some carrots as well. I have garlic and ginger for flavor. I'm going to put in a little bit of cucumber also. I mean, we know that fermentation goes back thousands and thousands of years. It was done because it was a way of longing the period that your vegetables could last, and who knew that something fermented would be so incredibly good for you. So let's go ahead and start. I have this cool apparatus. It is a large mason jar, and the little system on top allows the gas to keep coming out of the cabbage, which cannot smell good sometimes, so store this in your cellar or downstairs away from your family. My dad had to leave the house last week when I was making the cabbage, and I swore to him it was the cabbage. So this has water in it, it bubbles and it allows the gas to come out. Not necessarily needed. A cheesecloth on top is fine as well, but I do a lot of fermenting, so I really enjoy this apparatus. On our website you'll see right here where you can actually go online and get one of these systems yourself as well. Let's start with the cabbage. We're going to go ahead and take a head of cabbage. Go ahead and shove that in, and off we go. You can just chop this by hand if you wanted to as well. So one head of cabbage. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a carrot as well. Let's do 2 carrots. And I'm going to put in, I guess, a half a cucumber as well. It. We're going to go ahead and put everything in here. Nice big bowl. I have a beautiful sea salt. You're going to use about 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of a good quality salt. And you're going to mix it up in here. The salt is what is going to start the cabbage breaking down in your other vegetables as well. This is ginger. I've chopped it up. I'm just gonna add a little bit. I like ginger in mine. It gives it a nice, strong, powerful taste. I'm also going to just chop up a little bit of garlic. I like big chunks of garlic in mine. So we'll go ahead and chop up one of these. I like with my white cabbage adding dill to it. It seems to give it more of like a pickled kind of a taste. So I always include dill inside my recipe. You can use fresh or you can use dry, totally up to you. I prefer fresh. Get that chopped up in there. Oh, it smells so good. So already the smells are amazing. The garlic, the ginger, the dill. It's amazing. So again, look at how much it's broken itself down. I put everything in here. What you want to do, the trick is to really pack it in and then use something to pound it into the jar. And then I'll show you what it looks like. I leave mine out for probably longer than most people. You know, if you don't like it really tangy, a few days of fermenting is fine, then put it in the fridge. Once it goes into the fridge, the fermentation process stops. I actually left mine on the counter before I went on vacation, and it was there for 10 days. When I came home, it was the most amazing fermented cabbage ever. So make sure you grab all the liquid and everything that's in here. And then what I do is I take this handy dandy utensil and start pounding it down. Now you can see that if I double or triple, this is a very large mason jar, if I double or triple this recipe, I can get a full jar. And if we get really close on camera, you can see, as I'm pressing down, the liquid that's coming to the surface. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get as much liquid as possible to the top of the jar, because you don't want any air contact between your cabbage and your vegetables and air. And then to be double safe, what I like to do is I like to take some cabbage and put it on top to act as a barrier between the air and the finished product. So go ahead and put one of those on top if you like. Some people put, they'll put like another mason jar on top to help push it down. It's totally up to you. And then at the end of it, you cap it with either cheesecloth and elastic band, put it into a dark, warm place in your kitchen. I leave it again for 7 to 10 days. And at the end of it, you have something as beautiful, and I'll show you my purple cabbage. This particular cabbage was made with ginger and lots and lots of garlic and caraway seeds, tons of ginger actually, and it turned out to be absolutely beautiful. You'll see it's got lots of juice in mine. So that truly is after several days of fermenting, I end up getting, but it does stink. You've got to really be into fermented foods to really like this. I'm trying so desperately not to get this on my shirt. I don't know if you know me well enough, but I destroy my clothes on a regular basis. I always have grease dots whenever I go out for dinner. I always spill red wine on myself. It's awful. Okay, so take a look at how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. I did splash on myself, I can't believe it. Leave it to me. Okay, there you go, look at that. So beautiful, beautifully fermented. Have a cup of this a day, a half a cup of this a day, quarter cup, a mouthful, and it will help take care of your gut health. Your body will love it, you'll love it. Enjoy fermented cabbage.